More now on our special coverage of what can reasonably be called Donald Trump's attempted coup. Key members of the former president's Justice Department could face questioning from the House Select Committee investigating the insurrection. It comes as we're learning shocking details surrounding those final days inside the administration, including the Department of Justice. Joining me now is Hoenig, CNN senior legal analyst, former federal and state prosecutor. Ellie, I want to look at the characters here who were involved, tangentially and otherwise. Let's start with Bill Barr.
Yeah, John, lots of names, lots of potential witnesses, lots of drama inside the Justice Department. Bill Barr, of course, was Donald Trump's loyal attorney general for about 2 years until December 1st of last year, when Bill Barr had this shocking moment where he came out and publicly said, to date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election. That was pretty much the end of the longstanding Trump-Barr relationship. Barr was gone a few weeks later. In came Jeffrey Rosen, who had been number 2 at the Justice Department. He moves up and becomes the acting attorney general, and Richard Donoghue becomes the number 2. Now, Donald Trump wasted no time pressuring these two to try to get on board with his election fraud theme. He called them, and we know from Richard Donoghue's notes that what Donald Trump told them to do was just say that the election was corrupt and leave the rest to me and the Republican congressman. And, as you just said with Ambassador Bolton, the chief of staff, Mark Meadows, got in on the act. He started emailing these two, giving them crazy theories about Italian satellites flipping votes. Donoghue commented internally, pure insanity. One other interesting thing in those emails from Mark Meadows, he started raising the name of this guy, Jeffrey Clark. Get Jeffrey Clark involved.
Okay, Jeffrey Clark, we just spoke with former Ambassador Bolton about that as well. Jeffrey Clark was the acting assistant attorney general in the Civil Rights Division. Where does he fit in this, and how much pull did he have?
So Bolton was correct that Jeffrey Clark falls below Rosen and Donoghue on this sort of DOJ pecking order. However, Clark was trying to run the coup from inside DOJ. It turned out Clark was communicating directly with Donald Trump, unknown to the superiors at DOJ, tried to get them to send this crazy letter to Georgia, which they refused to do. But here's where I really disagree with Bolton. Jeffrey Clark tried to take over. We've heard people have talked publicly now about this meeting that happened at the White House, which people have said was like the game show The Apprentice, but it was deadly serious, where they were both making their case for AG. Jeffrey Clark's pitch to Donald Trump was, choose me, and I've got your back on election fraud. Rosen's pitch was, choose him, and I'm quitting, and Donoghue's quitting, and it's going to be a mess for you. Donald Trump ultimately backed off, but it was that close to Jeffrey Clark becoming attorney general.
Yeah, it was not for lack of trying.
Right, absolutely.
All right, where does the current attorney general stand in this drama?
Yeah, Merrick Garland's got some real work to do. I think he's got 3 major tasks. First, he has to reestablish DOJ's independence. He's done a good job. About 6 weeks ago, he issued new rules about keeping DOJ separate from communications from the White House. Importantly, cooperation with Congress. We've got subpoenas that are coming soon. Garland has already said he's not going to block DOJ employees from testifying. That should clear the way, or at least remove one of the obstacles to people like Rosen, Donoghue, maybe Barr, Jeffrey Clark testifying. And finally, there's the question about, were there crimes there? I think people can fairly disagree. I believe at a minimum, there were various, at least potential federal crimes. And I think Merrick Garland has an obligation at least to open a serious investigation and take a look here.
Ellie Hoenig, thank you very much for being with us this morning.
Thanks, Sean.
Brianna?
As we learn more about Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election, we are hearing from